Follow the 2021-22 Premier League season on the OneFootball app, with breaking news stories, match stats and live scores. Get customised push notifications to receive team news, goal alerts and more. Download it for free, the link is in the description. Welcome back as we near the end of another international break. I hope you're all feeling refreshed and ready to take on Gameweek 8. But first, let's cast our minds back to Gameweek 7, where the wildcard was used to achieve a score of 61 points and a much needed rise up to 133k. The injury to Alexander-Arnold was an opportunity to bring in Cesar Azpilicueta as a short-term placeholder, and the Spaniard didn't disappoint. He earned double figures for his 2 assists against Southampton after losing the clean sheet to a James Ward-Prowse penalty. A couple of late tweaks saw Jack Grealish downgraded to Bryan Mbeumo, a decision that immediately paid off when he tapped in a rebound from close range against West Ham. The thinking behind those changes was to instead rely on the safety of Ruben Dias for the Man City double-up, freeing space up top for Raul Jimenez to come in ahead of Ivan Toney, while still keeping a Brentford attacker in Mbeumo. Being the cheaper of the two, he's more ideal for use as a rotation option going forwards. And Jimenez kicked on after ending his goal drought against Southampton, supplying assists for both of Hee-Chan Hwang's goals as Wolves beat Newcastle 2-1. Only Lukaku and Hwang himself could better the Mexicans' 0.43 expected assist figure amongst forwards in Gameweek 7. Captain Romelu Lukaku was unfortunate not to score or assist in Chelsea's 3-1 win over Southampton, seeing a goal ruled out for offside and later striking the woodwork. Teammate Timo Werner was the only forward able to better his 0.58 expected goals figure. So having only just played the wildcard, the plan is to save a free transfer ahead of Gameweek 8, potentially making use of the bench if needed. And here's how the team is set to line up. Aaron Ramsdale has kept 3 clean sheets in the last 4 game weeks, conceding just 1 goal. Only Man City have recorded a lower expected goals figure than Arsenal in that time. Crystal Palace have averaged 0.67 goals per game in away matches this season, with only Norwich and the Gunners themselves faring worse. There's a shift to a 4-3-3 formation, as Ruben Dias comes into the starting 11. Man City face a Burnley side that shipped an average of 2.38 goals against the top 4 teams last season, with only Crystal Palace and Southampton faring worse. We're still awaiting news on the fitness of Alexander-Arnold, but the plan for now is to stick with Cesar Azpilicueta, with money in the bank to make that swap down the line. Excluding matches against the top 4 teams, Chelsea have conceded an average of just 0.2 goals per game this season, ranking joint top with Man City. Only Brentford and Man City can better their 0.77 XG conceded against that opposition. Antonio Rudiger is an injury doubt after missing out for Germany on Monday due to back problems, but Bryan Mbeumo and Tino Livramento provide cover on the bench. The doubts continue in midfield, with Raphinha in a race against time to be back from international duty with Brazil. There'll be just 34 hours between full time in their final match of the break and kick-off at St Mary's on Saturday. In more positive news, Bukayo Saka shook off the knock he picked up late on against Brighton last game week to feature and score for England. In the last 4 game weeks, only Salah and Mane have fired more than his 9 shots inside the box amongst midfielders. Meanwhile, only Jota and Fernandes have created more big chances than his 2. Romelu Lukaku left the Belgium camp early due to muscle fatigue after scoring in their Nations League semi-final defeat to France. But at the moment, it doesn't look likely to keep him out of Saturday's trip to Brentford. In the last 4 game weeks, he ranks 4th amongst forwards for expected goals, and trails only Ivan Toney for expected assists. Raul Jimenez faces a long journey back from El Salvador in the early hours of Thursday morning, but is set to be available for the trip to Villa Park. No forward has recorded as many as his 7 big chance involvements in the last 4 game weeks. Aston Villa ranked 15th for XG conceded in that time, and could be without the services of both Emi Martinez and Douglas Luiz due to their late returns from international duty. Mikel Antonio has done FPL managers a favour by remaining in London over the break. In the last 5 game weeks, his average of 0.49 expected goals per game ranks 3rd amongst forwards with a minimum of 180 minutes played. But the fixtures start to toughen up for West Ham now, and a swap to Ivan Toney could soon be on the cards. This week's captaincy decision looks to be fairly straightforward, with in-form Mohamed Salah facing a Watford side that are yet to keep a clean sheet this season. Egypt played their final match of the break on Monday, giving the Liverpool talisman 5 days to prepare for the early kickoff on Saturday. He's played a hand in 6 goals over the last 4 game weeks, recording a league-high 9 big chance involvements, and averaging 10 FPL points per game.